Hi, hi, hi.
Hello.
Happy Tuesday. It's a rare day.
I know.
We will probably be too tired or busy on Friday. And there's just like so much news that's coming out from Disney.
It's crazy, honestly.
We felt like now was the time to strike, and we were like, let's just go live. Let's do this. Not like we don't have a million things to clean in the house right now, but that's okay. One of the other things you might notice is on the middle of the screen right here. We should have put it like on our blank wall.
It's so close.
Is it wide enough if we do hit 1,000?
Yeah, it'll.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, we are one away from I told Steven we were tracking the days that Bob Chapek was in office because it was 999. We're close.
Yeah, it's
Oh, come on. That corner in Coruscant. Or was it Dano? Somebody's unsubscribing.
Oh, this is what Dano had to go through.
Oh my gosh. Remember it was 77777
for the longest time. But no, man, it was like just like news after news after news for the last couple of days. So
it's tiring.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of news. So as we know, Bob Chapek is out as Disney CEO. Who knows how that all went down? But the fact that news was announced on a Sunday evening versus like a Friday evening, which is typical of like big news like that because they like to have the weekend for things to die down. Mm-hmm. The fact that they did that, but it's a holiday week.
Yeah, But I'm thinking they were kind of wanting it to kind of go under the radar because it was a holiday week. But anyway, we kind of talked about this on our live, like when
we did an Instagram live,
like as soon as it came out. But it's even us, like we had a conversation that we were going to have, and then
we did it. Yeah,
we did it.
Look at that.
We did it.
Oh, we even got another one. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us.
That's awesome.
Exciting. Man, I thought we were going to be here for like an hour.
Yeah.
And be like, please, somebody, like, make a second account. Dana was, of course you were. Thank you, guys. Look at that. It's going to keep going up. We'll be at 1 million at this rate by the end of the night.
But yeah, no, we were like ready to have a different conversation going into the holiday week and kind of ease into it, maybe talk about food. I don't know.
We even like delayed recording by a day just because like we typically record on a Friday. We recorded on Saturday instead.
But because of because of what that memo was talking about, it was like we had to talk about it.
Yeah.
Here, I've
got I got my Star Cruiser logo mug.
Cheers to all of you.
It's hot. Yes, to all of you. That was an earlier number. So you were in the first 1,000.
Top 1,000, Steve.
Oh,
hello.
Oh, Milk's here too. It's a party.
Yeah. But yeah, we were like, we have to talk about it because it was just too big of information about the possible stuff. And then when that news hit on Sunday, it was kind of like, you know, he finally, it was like that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I still don't know how I feel about it. It's been a couple nights, slept on it. I absolutely love Bob Iger. It is well known. I didn't bring the book up. I should have brought my book up here.
But again, I think the thing is if people are accepting of what he's like, whatever bad news, it's a whole different, it's just perceived differently.
And I think that's what the difference is. In the episode that we released today, we talked about Disney sells emotions.
Yeah.
They sell good, happy emotions. They're selling experiences that you feel very strongly connected to. And it's unlike most businesses where you're buying a product and you may have good customer service, but it's not making you feel like you're a kid again and everything is right in the world and you can forget about all of these like just stresses that you have. They're selling that happy experience, and so it feels like you're in a relationship. And when you're in a relationship, in the face of that relationship is somebody like Bob Chapek, who's not very personable, doesn't have a lot of charisma, it's harder to take that difficult news.
And again, it was like bad news when he came in.
Yeah. People just,
Because it was pandemic. It was all pandemic.
well, it happened 2 weeks before it. It was, I ended up looking it up. It was like February, end of February. So it was like the writing was on the wall for the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I think Iger was just like, I want to get out of this. And now he's back.
Which ones are they going to scrub? I think it still has to be, they have to put an effort towards Disney Plus. They need it to succeed. They need it to be profitable. So
Yeah, that's the hard part is that
I think the interesting thing on that though is like Andor, it's being released on other platforms. So does that mean it's underperforming, or are they trying to attract people to Disney Plus?
I think Andor is probably a good feeder Star Wars show for people that may not necessarily be into Star Wars, because it doesn't feel like your typical Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And so I think them releasing Andor on like Hulu and FX, I forget where else, but they're releasing it on like 3 other platforms or channels. I think that's a way for them to try to pull non-Star Warsy fans or maybe non-Disney Star Wars fans into the fold.
Yeah.
But it calls out also it's not performing well, and they're like, well, let's try something different.
Yeah, I think so too, Dana.
Yeah, it's Disney Plus is Iger's baby because he acquired all of those studios partially to make Disney Plus what it is.
I think what they're going to need to do is something like almost like original content, kind of like Apple TV type stuff. Not to say dramas, but just a little bit more
Adult, like Andor.
a little bit more serious content. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I do think though that Chapek.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, he still hasn't. He's still a person. It's just not a name we'll be discussing as much anymore. But I think he was a lot more business and numbers focused. He really did treat it like a business, and it is. It's one of the biggest businesses in the world. But I think Bob valued the creativity. It almost, I think, would have been like when it was, oh my gosh, and the name's escaping me, but when Michael Eisner was in charge, and then who was the other one? Do you remember the one that died?
Oh, in the
accident?
Yeah. I don't remember his name.
But he was like the real creative, and then Eisner was the real like business-centric person. And it's almost like those two fill those roles. But they weren't at the same time. And so I think we're going back to this shift to being more creative, and I think that's going to be really good for the parks.
Yeah. I mean, I think it, and again, he came from, the broadcasting background, so he's going to try to make Disney Plus work. So,
but you sent me that podcast or the TikTok earlier. It was like just 2 months ago. He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm never going back to work for like a big media company." Whoops.
Yeah, I mean,
it's wild times. I would have never, as much as I love Bob Iger, I would have never expected him to step back into his old role. But that means
Walt was the creative, Roy was the finance.
Yeah.
So I think that's the kind of way they need to lead it, is have a little bit of both.
It's like the creative party and the business party. Just kind of like our political system. Like you have to bounce back and forth between both, and they even out at some point. Andor is already on regular TV. Oh, interesting. We don't have regular TV. Going on vacation is like a treat when we get to watch cable TV. But yeah, it's wild. I still don't know how I feel. I love him.
And then the other thing is we were talking about how we don't think we're going to see discounts to Star Cruiser, and it's not really a discount. That's what we're learning, right?
Yeah.
Is DVC it's like points. It's a point system, and it's for Star Cruiser. It's like a enormous amount of points, where it's like ridiculous.
Amount. Yeah.
And they're giving a discount on that, so it almost makes it a regular price.
Right. And to be fair,
so I don't know how exactly DVC. It's like a magic.
Yeah. It's
point
it's
system.
math that I don't understand. To be fair, I have expected discounts to be coming. I think you were the one that was like, nah, no discounts. I'm expecting them to be coming, but I thought they were going to come to groups that are already financially invested in Disney. So not like, if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, I don't foresee a discount coming your way anytime soon. But if you are spending thousands of dollars with Disney every year in the form of DVC, however that works, annual pass holders maybe, I could see those types of discounts coming. But here's the interesting thing. I did learn the dates of, thank you, Caitlin. We just hit it.
Yes.
We just hit it like
It was like
5 minutes ago.
On the show, so.
We've been like obsessively checking, because 1,000 is just a nice, like, it's a big number.
Yeah.
And we've only been doing this for 11 months. So we were like, okay, as long as we we're just going to push to hit it by December 31st. We were talking about that today, I think, before the episode came out. Like, if we can hit it before the end of the year, even by our 1 year anniversary, would have been nice.
Yeah.
But we made it. We did it. Thank you. Oh, TJ's here. And now I've completely lost my train of thought. No.
The discounts.
The discounts.
Golden Oaks and
them, they don't need discounts because they're like Golden Oaks and Club 33 people. And I don't know how, I don't have any Golden Oaks or Club 33 clients, but I'm sure they probably get some sorts of discounts through theirs. But I did find out the dates for the DVC discounts, and surprisingly, and here's what shocks me, it is only for dates in Q1.
Okay.
And most of those dates now are within the 90-day period. So if you're going to be booking it, you're paying for the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think the last one was the March 2nd through 4th voyage, but Q1 and the dates that they picked, they're picking the cheapest ones. It's the cheapest voyages.
Maybe it's a
Q1.
test. It's a test to see like if this amount gets people like jumping in.
Yeah.
And if it does, then it's like, okay, like let's continue with that. If not, maybe go more. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, they're trying to fill the unoccupied cabins, but surprisingly too, the dates that they have booked people on are all dates that I have clients going. Like, I know off the top of my head, I can tell you what the prices are for each one of those voyages, because those are the ones I've looked at and I'm like, okay, if you're wanting to go in this time of year, these are the ones that are the cheapest. So I'm curious why they did that and they didn't discount the weekend voyages. Like, why discount your cheapest dates? It's strange, right?
yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I don't think that this is more than anything. This is
But the fact that it was like almost immediately.
Do you think it's an Iger thing? I don't think it's an Iger thing.
I mean,
Disney's not
the
quick
fact that they
to
just
do anything.
The fact that they just this memo was going about hiring freezes, and then the next week they were going to give discounts.
Yeah, that is strange timing. That's a good point. But yeah, I don't.
And was there any news, like official news?
No, nothing officially has come. I'll check my email.
So,
but I went in
that's
and I
what I'm
checked
saying.
on
So it's
like
like
my official sources, and yeah, even now I don't have.
because usually they'll send the email and
I think maybe I do.
So
no, I don't. The other thing is, I think because it is DVC, we don't get involved in DVC stuff. Maybe weekends are more full.
Filoni gets Kennedy's spot.
I don't want that.
I don't think so. I think more of like they wouldn't take her spot as like a respect thing, like Favreau or Filoni. I think Filoni likes being kind of the hey, just let me be the creative guy.
But here's the thing. I don't think, this is going to be probably an unpopular opinion, I don't think Kathleen Kennedy is doing anything to get ousted from her spot. People didn't like the sequel trilogy. Fine, fair. When did the last one come out? It's been years. And since then, we've had 2 seasons of Mandalorian. We've had Book of Boba Fett. We've had Andor.
Well, for sure, like all the Star Wars shows
The Disney Plus
have
stuff.
saved Disney, or like they've kept Disney Plus of something that people talk about.
Yeah.
Like all the Mandos and Bobas and stuff. So
And that's Favreau and Filoni as creative leads. in those all over those shows. So if you move Favreau or Filoni up to a Kathleen Kennedy spot, they're not going to have as much oversight on those projects. And I think that's a bad move. I don't think she's doing any wrong. She's been there for a long time. Exactly. I think Filoni needs to be hands-on. I don't mind her either way.
Apple buying Disney again?
I saw that rumor. I think Apple needs help right now.
It's just a very it's just a weird. That would be a very weird one.
Yeah.
Like it would almost have to be that Disney, like
how is
media.
Apple gonna have the money?
Well, no, I mean, I either one could, I think, buy the other, but I think the thing is like if Apple were to acquire it, they would want just the media, or that would be their main thing because they're
products.
Their products
primarily.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got Apple TV.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why they would want to acquire the media stuff.
Yeah.
But again, Disney is Disney, so it would almost be the opposite. And I don't know. I could see them collaborating more, but
Yeah. Thank you, Bob.
yes, thanks.
But is Star Cruiser closing? Yeah, and I think that's like the whole Apple buying Disney rumors. It's just like the Star Cruiser is closing rumors. And I saw rumors on like the timings of when everything went down to. And that's the thing is like, we don't know all of that stuff is just that they're rumors. Star Cruiser could absolutely be closing.
Magic Kingdom.
But as far as we know, no, none of that stuff is happening. Feel better that quarter in Coruscant.
Yes.
Saw you were
rest
sick.
up.
That is a bummer,
Thanks, Julie.
especially on Thanksgiving week. We were sick last Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That was unfun. Prices are being discounted during the times they already have low crowd numbers. Besides, I always go when the kids are in school. It's less crowded. Yeah, that's what we do too. Even though we have kids, we don't mind taking the kids out for a couple days.
Yeah, I'm interested in to see what immediate changes. Because it's a 2-year thing. 2 years could sneak up on you quick.
2 years to get somebody else ready for that spot. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be limited to 2 years. I think, he's 71 years old. I know I won't look that good at 71 years old, but I would love to look that good at 71. What a beautiful man.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, what was I saying? No, I'm just kidding. 2 years. I think he's probably going to stay for a little bit longer. That would be my guess. But he has 2 years to get the next person ready, which means that whoever they were thinking about next, they didn't feel were ready. And that's why they had to go back to Bob.
Yeah.
So is it DeMero?
Could be.
He's very charismatic. But he's the one that's in charge of the parks.
I think now, this time, he's going to go with someone that's more, like we were talking about, more creative, more thinking about the parks.
Yeah.
More customer-based.
Yeah.
So.
It'll be... I don't know how I feel about Josh DeMero.
If you ever think a substantial add-on, I think that would be really cool. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Just because it was such a big add-on, and that they have like other ideas of other parts of the parks.
Star Cruiser was the substantial add-on to
but it was
Galaxy's
supposed to be
Edge.
like it was supposed to be hand in hand
at the same time.
So
a lot of things changed. Oh, TJ, for us non-Disney long-timers, what's the deal with the new CEO? Yes, he was in the position for 15 years, I believe. He's the one that opened Shanghai Disney. He acquired Lucasfilm. He acquired Fox.
Pixar.
He acquired Pixar. Pretty much anything of recent for Disney, that was all him. And yes, we absolutely love him. He's amazing. Make Dano the CEO. They're stealing his ideas anyway. Dano, if you're in here.
Be an Imagineer.
Oh, man. You know what? That's what I'm curious to see, too, is will they Because weren't they moving? I don't know. I don't remember the status on it. I haven't kept up with it. But weren't they closing Imagineering in one place and they were moving it
California,
all?
I think. Well,
Did they
no.
close California, or
no,
they're moving everybody to California?
No, they were moving everybody from California to Florida.
Okay.
And for some reason that stopped. So they
Okay.
ended up, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't remember.
and it was
I
like
just
people
know-
that were leaving. They weren't getting let go.
And that was like during the pandemic that they came out with that, right?
It was the tail end of it.
I mean, we're still in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a new haircut today, and I got curtain bangs. So they're like these little pieces, but I feel like now I'm constantly like,
Tossing them back.
yeah, tossing them back. I need to learn how to style them a little bit better. I don't think Dano's in here anymore.
Went to sleep.
He's a sleepy boy. But yeah, so Star Cruiser, we talked about that in the episode. Talked about the DVC discounts. It is a sign of more discounts to come. They're opening the doors for more discounts and they're testing the waters. The way they did this one.
Again, I think it's almost like it's he went in there, is like, okay, what's an immediate thing we could do? Like right now, what kind of discount?
But this is what we talked
Because
about.
it could have been just an idea that they're like, TVC? All right, put it out now.
But this is the idea that Jana was just in here and I was literally just texting him before. He was like,
Oh, that's tonight too.
I know. I'm glad we went live tonight, not tomorrow. We're trying to figure out when we can have our next mosh discussion. And they were like, we'll just come on your live stream and talk about it. I was like, absolutely not. Nobody wants to hear any of that.
Nice, Shawnee.
Julie says, saw Scott Trowbridge was at Disneyland watching Mando and Grogu meet and greet. Do you think he's working on Star Cruiser West? No. I think Star Cruiser East still has a lot to prove before they would ever consider doing a second one. If they're not selling out months in advance for Star Cruiser East, they're not going to spend
Another.
that money to do a whole other one. I could see them doing in West, rather than doing a Star Cruiser, I could see them doing an Avengers immersive experience. Like,
Oh, yeah.
super easily. They could absolutely just tuck that in somewhere. I mean, I don't know where they would put it, but at the same time, like, Star Cruiser is right behind Hollywood Studios in Florida, but it doesn't really need to be.
Yeah,
Because you take the transport.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that you get there is you get that quiet ride versus like Anaheim traffic.
Shawnee, that's what what I talk about with why having these characters on Star Cruiser, you would be able to get more time, like more FaceTime with these characters. That's the whole thing, is everybody's excited to see these characters, and it is literally them, with a bunch of handlers around, out of the
Like
way.
the
He
one
needs
was
to
like,
move
"Get
this
back,
way.
Get back. Yeah.
So it's like, I know, he's not trying to be mean, but it just appears that way because he's like, they have to get through. They have to keep moving.
Yeah.
So,
No,
but that
it's
Grogu looks
so
really good.
But Peter and Kitcher got like really close. I was surprised by how close they got in some of their videos
Yeah.
to Grogu. Because I was like, dog, are you supposed to be that close? Julie says, kind of wish they'd done that and changed Pixar Hotel into Avengers. I'm surprised they didn't. Because, I mean, those hotels book out, but staying on Disneyland owned and operated hotels is so expensive compared to the Good Neighbor hotels nearby. And the only one I really think is worth spending your money on if you are going to stay is the Grand Californian, because you do get that like separate gate into California Adventure, which is fantastic. But like the one that they changed to the Pixar Hotel, like that's kind of it's a walk to get to the parks. It's more of a walk from there than some of the other Good Neighbor hotels.
Matthew, I think as far as the numbers, that is one of those.
They're not going to tell us.
Yeah, they just.
They
I think
won't
even on
tell
theirs,
us.
yeah.
But that's the other thing, and we talked about it in the episode, is that one, if you're looking at the availability calendar online, which I honestly don't know anybody that's looked at that calendar in a while, it either shows if there are rooms available or not. It's either sold out or it's not sold out. So you could have one room available for all of those dates, or you could have 50 rooms available for all those dates. That's not a good indication of like what the occupancy is. I think the people that have gone in the last week, and they are sold. I know the voyages are sold out all week this week, but it's been packed. It's been a packed place. So I wouldn't.
Are there margins for Star Cruiser?
Oh, that would be fun.
Well, I mean, that's like you'd have to break that down to.
We looked at like how much
because
they're making.
Who was it? We were talking. I don't remember who we were talking to, but basically, if there's any. Like all the characters are actors, like the main ones, they're actors. They're paid as actors. And if they are like doing something, you know, if like
stunt actors.
Yeah. They're paid stunt actors pay. So it's like whenever there's any kind of things like that, it just like increases. So you got to like think about that for like the 2 days.
Yeah.
The staff,
the food. You've got the Batu transportation on that day. You've got the people that you have to pay to be on Batu. There's a lot going on. There's the alcohol, because there's alcohol flowing in there.
Yeah.
And then all of the people behind the scenes that you don't see.
Yeah, like troubleshooting the stuff.
Yeah. Like the app stuff. They do not have the man in the chair, like telling everybody everyone's names. We didn't learn that, but there's a lot. Matthew, good point. They've changed it. You can't do that anymore. I know availability for some dates, but now if you ask to quote anything, they changed it. Used to be you could call and you could just ask for a quote for a certain day and they would tell you. Now you have to give them all your information as if you're going to book, and you give them everything except like pretty much your credit card information, and then they'll give you a quote. Because I guess what was happening on their side is they would put in like Mickey Mouse as like a placeholder, and it like kind of pre-saves it in a draft, and it was like messing everybody up in the back end. So now they make you put in a real name, which I don't know how that's any different. If you just put like John Smith or fake name each time.
Yeah, well, it could be just more of a data collection type thing too.
I think it might be that. So. Let me see. When I see Chewie for the first time, I legit
actors, public area,
turned into a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's so much that goes on to Star Cruiser. It's absolutely incredible. Like who's controlling the droid rolling around? You know?
You can find them. You can find them.
You can find them. There. Just look for him a little bit.
That's the part that, you know, from my perspective, that's always like anytime there's like a.
We didn't see him the first time though. And
well, I think the thing is like when you're so like
him or her.
Yeah. If you're like
the maker,
like just so focused on the magic, you forget, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like.
Nah, but dude, the very first time we saw SK,
it was very much by accident.
It was by accident. He was tucked away in a corner. There must have been cameras on him and somebody in the background, because there was nobody there. Like, we just happened to be walking out of the climate simulator, and like, I don't even think he beeped. We were just like, oh, that's SK. We were so excited. We sat there and had this conversation with the droid, because you love your droids.
Yeah.
There was nobody there to be piloting that thing.
Yeah. No, there was one cast member that was by the exit door.
But they weren't, they were far away.
They were over there, but
it was wild.
What's up, Crafted?
Yeah, Shawnee. We saw the handler our second voyage, but I didn't clock him the first one at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we miss you too. Your Life Day kyber crystal that you made was so good. Did you?
Yeah.
I think I showed it to you. I was like, look at this.
Yeah,
that was really cool. And now there's more lightsaber pieces, more scrap out there. We haven't. I don't know. Like lightsabers.
I thought I was going to see more crafted scrap, but
I do like the new, which one is it? Power and Justice? No, it's not Power and Justice. Power and Control? I think
No.
it's Power and Control. What's the second one that came out?
Peace and Justice.
No, that was the first one. The one that looked like High Republic was Peace and Justice. Dano, where are you?
There's Peace and Justice.
There was a second set that came out.
So Protection and Defense was the first one. Yeah, see?
Oh.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Oh, well. Clearly, this is not a lightsaber YouTube channel. If you're wanting that, please go visit the Dano channel where he plays with lightsabers and what was it? The micro
Yeah, the micro.
squadron.
Yeah.
That's what we were watching.
I wanted to
earlier.
say micro machines, but they're not micro machines.
But no, those looked cool. I like the one that was real like clean
Sleek,
looking.
yeah.
But they're just so heavy. Like they're really nice display sabers, and they're great for pictures. Dano's a national treasure. I'm glad he's not in here. He's gonna.
Thank you.
Get a big old ego. Micro Galaxy Squadron. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, Crafted. We just hit 1,000 subs. Like, I think a few people unsubscribed and then subscribed, and that's why we're at 102
It was funny
now.
because we came on and we were like, okay, we'll try to hit it like on stream, and it was like immediately within the first 5 minutes.
Oh, Alex, we haven't even talked about that. So, I think I've told you. Have I told you this? That they're giving away the shield that they use in the lightsaber training with the purchase of a legacy saber at Doc Ondar's, but only in East. They're just giving it away. The thing was like $100.
Interesting.
I don't think anybody.
I wonder
was
if it's
buying
like to get you excited
Al
for
bought it. By the way, Al in the chat is half of the podcast that is Smuggler's Dispatch. We talked to them this week.
We should have
He's
an
the
episode
only
coming
one.
out.
Soonish. I don't know when. I forget when your release date
No
is.
rush, Alex.
Yeah, no rush. No pressure. No pressure. I liked using the shield in the lightsaber training, but I want that saber. That's what I really want. That lightsaber was really good. There you go. Soon. It's a very firm date.
Holidays are coming up.
Week.
So
It's difficult. A Black Friday release. I still can't.
while you're waiting in line,
Who waits in line anymore?
I was like, remember that? Remember waiting in line to go buy junk?
I remember.
Now it's all online.
I know. Because remember it was Black Friday and then Cyber Monday, but now everybody just. Oh, I still haven't bought my legal speed coffee.
You better hurry up.
I need to hurry up big time. Because I want a shirt. Did you see the shirt that he had?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy one of those. So if you want one, let me know. Any fun cosplays or projects we're working on?
I am currently working on like getting close to finishing up my ornament. So
Ornament. I don't
So,
remember how you say it.
And then after that, I think we got to start working on our May 3rd.
We need to work on May 3rd. Here's the thing. We did not go into any of these endeavors to be cosplayers, and now we have at least like 3 different
we got other events.
events.
Small Business Saturday.
Small Business Saturday, TJ. Yes, the Ahsoka Columbia jacket is so good. I'm not crazy about the other ones.
Yeah, the other ones are just pretty regular.
Slap a logo on it.
Yeah.
But the Ahsoka one was really good. Thank you, Al. Thanks for coming and hanging with us. Any news on the next Mosh Eyes? At least that's what we're talking about in terms of cosplay. Is that we need? I know what my next one. I know what I want my next one to be, but then also I keep trying to like rally the boys, and like we all do like a group costume. So we'll see.
That's gonna be a hard sell.
Oh, they're on board.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not going to make everybody's costumes. That's for sure. Phoenix, Arizona, doing Mosh around the May 3rd voyage. So we have a short list. Let's put it that way. We have a short list. We have one that's at the very top of the list. So we're not necessarily going in. I'll say this. We're not going in chronological order right now of what we're planning out because we're trying to plan out the entire year.
But as far as the May 3rd, I think we're trying to at least get together either before or after.
Yeah.
Just because will be there. Dan will be there. So
Yeah, we need to do something. I just don't know what. We keep pitching the idea of Posh Isley, and everybody just gets like super fancy.
yeah, Julie, like it was one of those things like just to have it because it was such a unique jacket.
Yeah, it's a good jacket.
Yeah, looks really cool.
The lining on the inside too. Yeah, we don't need that. I mean, I would wear it here. I'm cold.
Do they have new ones, Galen?
Ooh, which ones are they?
Thank you, Brent.
Yeah, TJ needs it. Contacts in Arizona for booking Mosh Isley. Oh, you're telling me to just move to Colorado? Nah, man, my arms would like literally. Well, TJ's like tiny, but my arms would just snap off of my body like the second it gets below 30 degrees. They'd be like, "Nah, we're done." Just do a mosh in Idaho. So we're trying to plan Mosh Isleys around conventions. So that's hint number 1. We do have a prioritized list we're working on. We're trying to work on like our biggest one first and then like fill in where we can and make sure that we're not doing like back to back. Like we can't do Mosh Isleys like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just not sustainable. Hoth Isley. But yeah, it's in the works and it's really exciting. It's fun until you get to like the business boring numbers parts of it that we're in the middle of right now. Like now that we've just wrapped a Mosh Isley, we've got to like do accounting.
Yeah.
And now we have like contracts and stuff like that, but that's all right. They're her tails with ears on the headband, not stiff like the ones on Star Cruiser.
Okay.
Interesting. You have to go look those up. I'm not one for ears, but I've got like, I don't know. I've got a weird head, I think.
Well, our daughter's probably going to get some ears soon because she's been wanting some.
She has the best outlook going into, like, I don't know if that's something we did right or she's just down to party. But we have a trip coming up to Disney and she goes, we said, well, what do you want to do while she calls it Disney Plus. What do you want to do while we're at Disney Plus? She goes, I want a Mickey headband and I want to have fun.
That's it.
Easy. The easiest ever.
Dragon skin.
Wait, making what? What are we making? Enjoy that while it lasts. Yeah, right now that's all she wants. Wait, when we get there, I'm sure she's gonna be like, I want that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to do an Ahsoka cosplay one day. That's so intimidating. And I also really like just like coming up with my own like obscure crossover characters because
so you don't have to be.
I don't have to stick to any guidelines. Like I'm just like, well, I'm a milk lady and got my dress too short, so now it just is really poofy. And that's okay. Peter's here. Thanks, Peter.
Yes,
you missed it.
thank you.
Like we started the live, and
I was waiting for you to come see it, but you're
you
here.
missed it. No, super exciting.
Yeah.
Like it happened. We've had like consistent growth. Like we got a nice big influx in the very beginning when we launched, and then it's just been like a really steady since then. We haven't really had any like major spikes or anything. And then just within the last probably 3 weeks, I think we've gained like 50. Like it's creeped up more.
We had that post, that short of Mike.
Freaking Mike, man. I mean, that's partly on us. So
if you haven't seen it, it's the clip that we made, and it was Mike talking about the stormtroopers talking in Galaxy's Edge.
How they use like gestures to like give like a positive or a negative expression.
It was a good clip. So we were like, yeah, we need to post it, and it just like blew up. And I was like, how funny is our best short doesn't have us in it.
Like not one bit. And we didn't put like a card on the end of it to be like Princess and Scoundrel on YouTube. Our voices aren't even in it. So like people think it's Mike's show. But we're just here for Mike. It did like 10 times better than any of our YouTube shorts. now it's taking off on Instagram, even though we posted it like a week ago. And then on freaking TikTok, it's got like 300,000 views and like hundreds of comments. I'm just like, oh my gosh, Mike.
So
like that's the one, because I finally
now we're trying to get him to come back on, give us another quotable, another little clip that we can keep blowing up.
But yeah, you have been putting our TikTok at the end of every episode, because when we started, we were posting any reels we would put on Instagram, we would post it also on TikTok. And I just kind of stopped. Just for no reason. We weren't posting
well, it was just like a
reels.
spinning plate thing. So he's like, we got videos, we got,
it's
which
too
is
much.
very like
Thank you,
indicative
Kelly.
of like social media and content creation. Is like you start picking different ones and trying to go with what is actually have traction. So
Yeah. No, it was Mosh Isley needs to team up with the Empire Strips Back. I heard Brent went and he said he had his eyes closed the entire time.
oh, Brand, I want to
So
see
you didn't
it.
see Palpatine? Because we heard what happened.
So the thing on that makes me upset was like I saw an ad for it and then I was like,
Well, explain what it is.
it's a burlesque show. I don't know.
Parody show.
I haven't been, so I don't know.
Yeah, all we know is what Nick told us.
But it's a burlesque Star Wars themed show, and I'm just scrolling, I don't know, one of the social medias, and it's like this show, and it's like, oh my gosh, like kind of like look away, but you're like, yeah, and I was like, oh man, this is like really cool, because it was like high production value.
It was really good.
And,
that's when we were marketing Mosh.
Yeah.
And you sent it to me. You're like, oh, this is a really good TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
we should figure out their formula and like do something like that for Mosh. And I was like, sure, that's what you're looking at.
But it looked really good, and then
It did.
Nick ends up going, and I'm
I
like,
know. Well, I sent it to the guys and I was like, hey, we should cut together a reel like this. And then Nick was like, I bought tickets. And get Mike to talk about being in armor.
thank you.
Yes, thank you guys. Yeah, that was the one part that Nick shared with us, was the whole Palpatine scene. But it seems like it's very much a parody, and they go literally all out with Palpatine. But is it only, does it move? Is it touring? Is it coming to a city near us? I would go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Any droid projects in the works? Always.
The next one I think I want to work on is a B2 emo.
Oh.
One of the I'm in Michael Badley's group. If you guys know, if any droid builders out there, and he's actually working on the testing of B2 emo. So I think that's going to be my next one. If not, I probably might work on another BD for Star Cruiser.
Though.
So that's the thing, is like once I start on one path, I've got to continue on that path until it's done, because if not, I'll go crazy.
Hello. Yeah. But we have lots of cosplays we need to plan out. We haven't even really thought ahead for Star Cruiser, because we've done, you went Scoundrel.
That sounds nice. Chrome and Burgundy. BDF8.
I like that. Would you want to carry a BD around all of Star Cruiser though?
Well, see, that's the thing, is like
if you're in like tight spaces.
If I could figure out a way to make it a little bit lighter, because it's really not that heavy. It's just like mounted.
Yeah.
But I mean, how cool would that be?
If you're trying to like sneak around and stuff, and you're in like tight groups, and you're trying to like, oh, excuse me, like catch somebody's attention.
Would I not be getting attention myself with a droid on my back?
I know. I just worry about his little antennas, because I would have to like be your handler at Celebration and go like, oh, like fix them like Ray.
Well, see, on that, because it was short timing, I had to use more stiff. But typically, you want to use like
a
guitar strings,
springy type.
Yeah,
guitar strings, really.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just like.
No, because it just like it's more springy. Okay. It's like,
I don't know what I'm thinking.
It'll pop up. Yeah. Yeah.
Bulky in the
See,
wrong spots.
so Jeffrey, one of the other things I was thinking too, to keep it smaller, because that's the main thing, is just like flying with it, is the Lola. But I figure there's going to be a lot of Lolas
I think TJ's going to do a Lola
So it's
and
like
mount like a GoPro in it.
So it's like I think there's gonna be a lot of them. So I was like, let me go to something that's still small, but
Mighty.
that could be a droid or whatever.
Yeah.
If I could even get to that, because again, I think I want to make me a jacket or two. So
I think that would be fun. Yeah, it was just I don't know what I want to
have
do.
enough time. Yeah, I saw it, Shawnee.
We've gotten ourselves into this predicament, not having enough time.
Yeah.
We just keep doing like, oh, we could do this. But as of right now, we don't have anything planned trip wise. We have our trip coming up next month.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a family trip.
Yeah.
That's not like no like real work related things around it. And then we do want to go see Fantasmic because we've never seen Fantasmic.
Yeah.
Ever. Because we've only been going to the parks for 5 years. And when we started going to the parks, they had the Star Wars fireworks. And it was like
We chose Star Wars.
every single time we chose Star Wars.
I probably will.
Vests. Yeah, I really want to see Fantasmic. I heard the new iteration of it's really good. We got to get over there to see it.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that like it's not like hours long wait to get in to go see it. Disneyland version is better. Everybody from Disneyland says Disneyland's version of everything is better. You're not wrong in most cases. So many.
See, that's
cosplays
actually
planned.
smart though. You could just have them ready, and I think that's kind of what we're kind of wanting to do. Again, like with the jackets that I want to do, is I want to have like kind of similar, like kind of that that's right now in my head. What I'm thinking is like a couple Scoundrel type jackets, and I could have them just interchangeable with, the look I want to go with. So it's just kind of having like,
the basics, and then you can like add a like pop a fun accessory on it.
Yeah. So
I have no idea what I want to do. What missions to do in May? Sarah got voted. We take over Oga's, so it's in your hands. I did see that in the group, and I will caution this. When we went and did Oga's on our first voyage, there was a group of 12 of us, and so we had to do 3 separate reservations, and it took us over an hour for all of us to get seated in Oga's, and then we weren't
because they tried to like hold the 3, like it still was 3 reservations, but they try to hold it to try to get everybody still together at the same time.
But
which
then that didn't happen. Yeah. So then we all just sat in different places across Oga's. So it was okay, but I don't think we would do Oga's just because it took up so much of our morning.
Oh, that's cool. Big D. Made an
fun.
SBK Sabak counting droid.
That's cute. Let me see. Any big theme for May 3rd? I don't know. We haven't talked about like an overarching theme for the whole group because the group keeps growing. This is gonna be a big group.
I think it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be really fun. But yeah, our friends Tony and Mike, they were just on Star Cruiser last week.
Do it, Sean.
And they recruited people.
Well, see, but that's the great thing is like, it's like friends. It was like a circle, and then their friends, and then their friends are. So that way, it's like everybody could just kind of like come and hang out and have a good time.
Princesses and Scoundrels. That would be great. See, I don't know if I want to go like really classy and regal, like Mon.
That would be really cool, though.
I know, but
her those neck
are gorgeous, and like the cape arms and the like intricate it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Justin, just bring me a chair. Y'all just carry me.
It's Mike.
Yeah, I don't know, because I kind of want to go Scoundrel because we haven't done. You could go Princess and I could go Scoundrel, and you could go like real classy. I haven't done a Scoundrel look. I just don't know how I would like Sarah a Scoundrel look, because I like to be real extra with my costumes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or do I just go first order?
Again, I like the comfortable feel. Or I could do like a Cyril where I could have just like
And like the weird
high,
tie that just like
the high
spits out of
collars
your
and stuff.
chest like a tongue. I did tell, okay, so I will share the idea here because I think there's a lot of people in here that are going on this voyage. I wanted to make the Narkina 5 jumpsuits, and then we could all like go out at night in the atrium. And then imagine like looking down one of the hallways and everybody's just like standing in the doorway. Like it's like your pod.
So we got to find like the,
like,
some kind of jumpsuit. Where's that white?
if you could find the jumpsuit and then you could get the, it's just like vinyl. It's like a reflective vinyl
For the stripes?
for all the stripes. Right. Okay, but here's the thing, Jeffrey, and I think we talked about this on the last one. No bare feet. One, it's gross. I don't like seeing anybody's feet. Just for the photo. Oh, TJ does have like stickers you can put on the bottom of your feet so your feet don't get dirty. Yeah, you could Cricut the vinyl out, buy a white painter suit. Okay, if we could do this and like one night we're all in just like the Narkina 5 jumpsuits for like in the subway lounge. Could you imagine?
That could be fun.
That would be really fun.
I'm right there with you, Jeff.
Flesh colored socks. There you go.
I'll get the ones that look like feet.
Adam suggested the Hobbit shoes. They're like
That would be
hairy and
good.
gross. It's going to replace the running of the hoods.
Oh, imagine that.
Bring Paul the arm floaties. A group costume would be a lot of fun. Can you imagine? We're up to, I don't even know the full number right now, but we're up to like dozens upon dozens. Let's put it that way of people that are.
Yeah, I think if we could have like a coordinated thing like that, it could definitely be a good moment.
And is Narkina 5 jumpsuit, is that the way to go? Or is it too much work? And do we find something
I
that's
think
like.
it's just simple because like by that nighttime, once that first day is over, and most of us are going to be out and about after.
Yeah.
So just putting on like a nice like comfy PJ.
Well, the other thing is I want to go run around and take pictures that first night. No spoilers, but I want to make sure it's done on the first night and like get our pictures taken.
Oh, okay.
But then after that, after pictures are done, because like it shuts down the first night at 10. So run around, get pictures done by like 11, and then everybody.
Just hanging out.
It's like a PJ party. Life day robes. Life day robes would be fun. We don't have any though.
Yeah. I'm seeing everybody with them, and I'm like,
Oh, we were watching Star Wars Explained
Yeah.
earlier, and they were like in their snuggies. I was like, what a snuggie. I don't know if Peter's still here, but like Peter and Kitra have them. Dano got convinced. Dano the night before he was live
He was
the
saying,
night
"No, I'm
before,
not
and
gonna
he's
get
like, I'm not gonna spend, what was it, $30, $50 on a snuggie. And then the next thing I know, they send me a picture of all of them in their snuggies. I was like,
look at that. They're working on some shoes with feet on it.
that's what I want. That's all I want. I'm rarely ever barefoot. Just grosses me out. I'm barefoot right now, and it's kind of grossing me out. I usually have my Crocs. See, we could do a group photo. We could all be in the jumpsuits. Like, how good would that be? Like, we all take like our nice picture with like our nice outfits on, and then we're like,
Everybody go
all
change
right,
and come back.
10 minutes, and then like once the 10 minutes is up, we're like on program, and then everybody like jumps out. It would. Oh yeah, the Wallaces were there at Life Day. That's the other thing is like we got real FOMO from Life Day.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll probably end up going next year, so I don't know.
Whatever. We'll probably just get magic keys. No big deal. They're not selling them right now. They're all sold out again.
Home Depot painter seat. But see, we got to make sure the collar. See, right now, Justin. See, I'm going 501st thinking. I was like, we got to make sure that collar is like that straight collar, and it's like a Velcro up on the side.
We could do it. If we can get like, because we've got the Facebook group. So if we can get like a couple of sources, Justin says he's working on it. So we can get a couple sources for the suit itself. And then I'm sure enough of us have Cricuts that we can just like cut out a bunch and like ship to whoever needs them.
Have a couple of those.
Mall cops. You can have one guy like be the medic. Because doesn't what's his face have? What's his name?
The
now?
medic. No.
What's his name? Kino. Doesn't he have like different stripes? You said
he has another stripe on the other shoulder, so it's kind of like a different.
So whoever's
rank.
the Wrangler. Ooh, a Royal Guard. See, I kind of want to go First Order. I want to go First Order, but here's my only hang up with going First Order on this one is that we're going to have so many people there, like in our group, that I don't want to be like,
bye.
I'm going to sell all of you out. Bye. And then everybody else is going off and having a good time. And then I'm like over here, just me and Croy.
Yeah, 3
chilling.
basic, regular, leader, and medic.
Okay. We can do that. But here's my other question. Will that be relevant in 6 months?
Again, I think it'll be like Wilro Hood type thing, where it's just it just becomes a thing. We could just make it a thing.
Like fetch?
Huh?
Like fetch?
Yeah, just make it.
Okay, so here's my
make it happen.
Here's my other. I do want an ISB uniform. I told Justin that I wanted to be part of the 501st. Like, I want to support Justin. I want to join the 501st while we're in. Cross Clubs have said it's going to be the next running of the hoods. So we could be in on that. Because I have multiple uses for that Narkina 5 jumpsuit. Like, I have multiple events that I would want to wear it to. We could do the jumpsuits for the Batu excursion.
And we're just like running around too.
That would be great. We're just like fixing things. Oh yeah, Peter's done it. First Order storyline isn't as much off of your own as you think. So I can see that because that's what happened on our second voyage is that Croy kept inviting me to like do missions and they were the same types of like, I think one of your missions for whoever it was said go to Oga's and like Croy wanted me to go to
follow
Oga's. Basically, but Croy was like, I want you to go to Oga's. And so you're doing the same things, but you're just doing it for different purposes. And then he would invite me to all these meetings and I was like, no. I was playing hard to get. I should have just done it. Planning going Resistance. First time you went Scoundrel. And that's the other part is like, I want to practice what we preach, which is just like show up and have a great time. But part of that is like, you want to build that character and that costume and then see where that takes you. Like you kind of want to like.
That's where I kind of want to have it where it's very flexible on like, I'm just more of a, just a person in
like a background.
Yeah, just a background character.
I don't know.
So
we'll see. We'll see what happens. We have time, but it's going to sneak up on us because we're not going to do anything. Like, we're not going to touch costumes at all between now and the end of the year. I don't think.
Yeah.
And we still have time. Going Resistance. Resistance is fun. Here's the other problem is like I'm just like terrible about remembering what's actually transpired, like as it's transpiring, like watching a movie. Like I couldn't do what Peter does because I would watch a movie and I would be like, afterwards you're like, what'd you think of this? I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Why did they do that? Like I just forget. See, I did kind of the Canto Bite look the first time.
When it was nice, and I think that's what a lot of people did the day 2. Because I remember the Sunfields, they went like real.
Yeah, y'all went like big nice. Canto Bite. But I don't know that people are dressing up as much anymore. Well, so Justin's going back on the New Year's voyage. That's going to be fun.
New Year's is day
2. So like technically it wraps by like 11 p.m., but it's just going to be so much fun.
Posh night. See,
we could do Posh Isley on the second night. We get everybody. So first night, we're all prisoners. Second night, we've broken out. So here we go. We've got like a full, we've got a story arc across the group. We break out of prison. We go to Batu. We make a name for ourselves. We get jobs. We come into some
exactly,
credits.
Mike.
Cruise passenger number 3. It's a theme. There it is. We're all a Ferrex brick. I thought that was so beautiful, though. That's what I want to go down at. I just want to be a brick in life.
Imagine just like you're bringing grandma with you.
Sorry,
on your
Grandma, I'm over my bag limit. But yeah, we could do that. One of these days we will do a Posh Isley. We have to let Mosh Isley get big enough that a spinoff can
happen.
Can happen.
What? Oh no, that's what we were talking about. Having like our little, because we're still like trying to figure out Mosh in general, but we wanted to have some kind of like get together, either before or after the Star Cruiser, the May 3rd voyage, because we're just gonna have so many people there. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, we could just have like a nice little Posh Isley, and we're just like hanging out, having some drinks. Great. So
some cocktails.
Yeah.
Not seltzers.
Go invade a resort bar and just drink.
Ooh, that would be fun. That'd be a really good idea.
So
like just a fancy resort bar, like Enchanted Rose at the Grand Floridian. That's like a nice.
What time do they?
It's a bar. We could find someplace. Heroes of the Halcyons doing First Order. I don't know. I've got time to decide, but not that much time. It's just hard. I think it's just hard because we're gonna be with so many people.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, well, I want to go with you because I can't make decisions on my own. Do you think Disney will one day do a role playing only Star Wars Land initial concepts? I don't think so. I think we've got what we've got with Star Wars at the Disney parks. I think they'll do things to enhance it. I would love to see a sit-down restaurant in Galaxy's Edge.
Like more than...
like Docking Bay 7 is just quick service. I would love to see a sit-down.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know how that fits into Batuu.
Yeah.
We want to normalize in Galaxy fashion. Nosh Isley. Just be in the Sublight Lounge eating snacks. That's a silly thing. Is like Mosh Isley is already a play on words, and then we're just like playing on those words to the point where nobody's gonna know.
Dinner with Jabba.
I don't think I told this story yet, but I was talking to a banker about like we had set up a bank account, and they called me a few days after to like check on like customer service and a follow up, and they were like, "This is for Mosh Isley." I was like, "Yes." I was like, please don't ask any more questions. Going with the flow is fun because you don't know which characters you're going to connect with, and you don't know which characters are going to be in those roles, like who's going to be cast in those roles either for that voyage. And so you may just be like really drawn to.
I think that's the route I'm going to go. I'm just going to have a costume. I'm gonna like, again, go with my own whatever, and then just go with the flow.
But it makes it hard to costume.
I don't think so. I mean, because imagine if I had like a darker colored jacket, like a Scoundrel jacket or whatever.
Let me imagine.
I mean, it's going to be usually a basic white shirt or a darker shirt.
Be basic. That's my problem.
Well, but I mean, like as far as
I want to stand
out. If you think of Han, like it's just a Scoundrel shirt. So
it's just like fun colors. Like I think if you did Ferrix colors, where they're like they're still muted, but they're brighter colors.
But see, I think that's fun. A little bit more working class than what I was thinking.
Slosh Isley, the Mosh Isley after party. We hit our limits when we do Mosh Isley. There is no more moshing.
Exactly, Jason. Just like I'm a spy.
TJ, that's what Paul did last time. Oh wait, maybe you're not talking about Slosh Isley. So that's what I did. Is I was like a spy.
See, and then I mean, imagine a Scoundrel with a lightsaber. So
that's the other thing is I want to have lightsabers for pictures because the lightsabers came out, like the pictures with lightsabers come out so good.
Yeah.
So then you got to work that into your story. Is there a perfect Star Cruiser costume? Let's discuss. Yeah, that's what I think that's going to be my big struggle. And that's what is going to eat up a lot of my stress levels for the next few weeks.
I'm gonna go and try to again. I think I'm gonna probably be doing a lot of my time wasting is
Pinteresting.
no BD. Like if it's gonna be a thing that happens.
Here's my next question: do you care at all if we like go together? Do you want to go to Star Cruiser with me?
Oh, I'm going. I don't know about you.
No. I meant like are our stories going to be intertwined?
Care about that.
Okay.
I don't care about that.
We just happen to be sharing a cabin.
I was like, I'm going. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't done that so far. Our second voyage, we were Jedi together. But the first one, you were more Scoundrel, and then I was very like clean cut.
Resistance.
Yeah. Well, I was first. I looked First Order, but I was working for the Resistance.
Yeah, I'm not basing my costume off of you.
No couples costumes is what you're saying. Cool.
Not happening.
I mean, we haven't done it so far, so all good there.
Yeah. I think it's just more getting it. I would like to get it more prepped ahead of time, so we're not scrambling at the end.
Okay,
but
that's what we.
I'm saying. Do. I'm just saying I would like to, but
that's not gonna happen though.
Yeah,
it never happens. Because like even with Mosh Isley, you did this, and you had the helmet done like a month in advance or more. And then the jacket, I think you really started on it like the week before we left. Reuse the Spice Runners girls. I don't know if we can. I know TJ's here. TJ was our Posh Spice. I don't know if we can reuse. I mean, we could use them for a Mosh Isley, but we've already done it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you rewear your Mosh Isley outfit? You're kind of like
if I would
the poster boy.
If I would if I would redo it with a different jacket, maybe a little bit thinner, like a pleather jacket or something, or like a vinyl jacket, or like where it's like just a.
It's not a thick leather jacket in a club where you're moshing and sweating. I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you were up on stage just like
ninja focus.
I was like helmet, leather. Ugh, that was a lot. So I was hot and I was wearing a mini dress and a wig, to be fair, for part of it. Yeah, I don't think Spice Runners girls. So one of the other things though is that we are going to be in Batu for Dapper Day. This coming up, Dapper Day, and I want to do. I want to bring Betty to Batu. Could you imagine, like, Betty would actually get to consume blue milk? I would get to consume blue milk as Betty.
That could be cool.
That would be fun. And I can just, like, milk the orbs.
Oh, my gosh.
Right? The only problem is, like, Betty's got a lot of accessories. And so packing all those accessories just for a laugh for a couple hours.
I think you need, like, a smaller, like, just a one.
We're efficient packers. Ooh, you need to look into that because you like a good jacket. But the problem is, like, we go to hot places, so wearing jackets is not very like practical. Do a Bantha costume. Everybody keeps sending me that Bantha inflatable.
Oh yeah,
you've sent it to me. I think a bunch of people have sent it to me. We just don't do inflatables. They make me sad when they're not inflated and they're just like
they're just on the floor.
Yeah, like carcasses on the floor. Betty Bantha is a crime syndicate leader. Could you imagine Betty on the Star Cruiser?
You just have to carry around a tray of blue milk.
I could literally carry around blue milk like all the time. It could happen. It's a little too silly. I take my Star Cruisers very seriously. Okay, I think I am going to bring Betty. That's all we have planned for that trip so far.
For
Dapper Day.
Oh.
That's it. And buying Mickey ears.
Yeah.
And having fun. That's on the agenda, and that's all we're doing.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good. Go check it out. Go see what Iger's done to the place.
Ooh. Ooh, Justin did Dapper on Batu. So I want to do I want to organize like a meetup, like a Dapper meetup on Batu, because they do Dapper days. And if you don't know what Dapper days are, it's when people get dressed up in Dapper clothes, typically like 1940s, 1950s styles. Oh, did you send it to me? Yes, you did. Oh, I've seen this. That's really good. Those are really good. It's like a Dapper. Let me describe it to you. It's like a Dapper Han Solo and a Dapper Lando. Is she Kira? Anyway, really good stuff. But I want to organize like
with the little tray, the Jabba tray.
Oh, like on the ones you can buy for the R2s that go around. We saw somebody, was it at Celebration, that was walking around with one of those on?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to do like a meetup on Batu for Dapper Day, because Dapper Day is like park wide. So it's all of Hollywood Studios. And Hollywood Studios lends itself so well to Dapper Day because it's like old school Hollywood.
Yeah.
But for Batu, it's kind of weird because like you're on this outer rim planet. But
Justin's.
like Justin, his family, of course they knocked it out of the park. Like they're just beautiful people who make beautiful things. But I want to organize like a meetup where there's a bunch of people there. Hey, look, we got another sub. We're on track for 1 million by the end of the night. Oh, now Dano's in here. He's lurking. Now he's texting me his
Dapper.
Here, let me show you. Oh, we're only on the middle camera. I'm going to show you. That's like a MySpace picture. No, do yours.
Do that one.
Here. There's Dano. Dapper Dano. And then here I'll show you the, hold on, I'll show you all Justin's, because that one's really good. Look at that.
That's a good one.
That's so good. It was 2015. But here's the thing I'm struggling with. One, it's very easy to put out like a Facebook event. What do you name something? You want it to be Dapper and you want it to have like Batu.
I think the thing is like this trip is a family trip.
I know this trip is a family trip.
So you would have to do that on your time. So you'd have to figure out next year
and then it's just
when
like
it is.
More events that I'm planning and like getting myself involved in. But I think it would be fun to do like a Posh Isley on Batu. See, we've never been on Dapper Day. I'm excited. I just want to see what everybody's doing. And we have friends that are going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to like dress up, like just because it's, everybody's dressing up. But as far as like putting on the event,
I know, especially because we have the kids with us. Are we going to dress them dapperly?
With his rad stash dark lighter.
Biggs? Isn't that Biggs? You want me to do the rad stash? I'll do it. Done. No, it's going to be fun. The trip's going to be fun. Then we've got Star Cruiser to look forward to. We've got to work on costumes because I know we're going to be scrambling last minute. And then we've got just a lot of exciting stuff. Like there's a lot of really exciting stuff we're doing with Mosh on the horizon.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully that all, works out. I think that's the thing is like, bigger and better, and hopefully it all works out. So,
yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap it for the night.
Yeah.
Unless you've got some like hidden topics hiding under the table that you want.
No, I just wanted to, get on before the holidays, Thanksgiving. Everybody, hopefully you all, have a decent Thanksgiving, because you won't see us for now.
Ever.
2 weeks.
So we got 1,000 subs.
We're done.
Bye.
No, like now it's the holiday season, so I know everybody's gonna start getting real busy. So
yeah,
we got a couple more episodes for the year, and then season 2.
And then season 2. We don't know if that means any changes or anything. We just want to call it season 2 because it's our second year. But thank you, Dano, for the congratulations. Thank you guys all for being here and hanging out with us and getting us to 1,000. Like it's seriously, this has been like one of our first goals that we set for us as a YouTube channel. Because I mean, we are on podcasts as well, but like for YouTube specifically, this was like a big one. We're like, let's just
make it like it's it's nice to have a goal, and the fact that we hit our goal was like an accomplishment. So
Yeah.
it's good. I'm happy. We're happy.
Now we got to set the next one.
Yeah. So.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Oh, we're on these cameras now.
Oh.
Bye.
See ya.